Welcome to another exciting episode of your favorite breakfast entertainment show, Smell the Coffee. My name is Aina Raiza Kwayo, alongside the queen of everything. This week, we continue to talk about fitness and how we can all improve, our health system. Now, this morning, we are asking you, is dieting healthy? Please do let us know in the comment section on Facebook and engage us. Do you think, dieting is healthy?
Well, I think some people would say it's not, some people would say it is, it's a good way of losing weight. However, it's the thing of where you categorize food as good and bad. And, whenever you diet, then you miss out on some of the calories, some of the nutrients like fat that you would need, So I think for weight loss, yes, to some extent, but I think, it is quite debatable, I think it would be a good debate motion whether dieting is good or bad. But for me personally, if I have to diet, then I would definitely do it so that I can lose weight or just, control that.
Yeah.
And stay by the 65 kilogram, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think for me personally, I would say that it is good, but also I just need to, make sure that I have that balance of all the nutrients, and all the calories that I would need.
Definitely. Now, they do say that biologically, dieting can lead to unhealthy changes in body composition, hormonal changes, reduced bone density, menstrual disturbance, and lower resting energy expenditure. So if you are planning to diet, just to make sure, or be cognizant rather, that you are going to experience some changes. If you are willing to, experience these changes, then we do encourage dieting for you. However, if you are not, please just stick to, a good balanced diet, I think.
And smaller portions then, smaller portions of food. Now, we do want to remind you guys that NTV is turning 1 on the 8th of February 2023. And to celebrate this, we are giving away a DSTV Explorer, DSTV Dish Kit, GoTV decoders, as well as a 3,000 Namibian dollars shopping voucher from the Foschini Group. All you have to do is scan the QR code in our printed ads and also answer the question that is provided. Now, we want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, GoTV Namibia, DSTV Namibia, as well as the Foschini Group. Now, do remember that the competition closes on the 6th of February 2023. Are you taking part in the competition?
Oh, we are not allowed to take part.
Oh, no, did you at least plan someone to take part?
I do definitely share the competition on our social media platform. I also just want to, I think we spoke mostly about, the bad side of dieting, and then we didn't really touch much on, the good side effects of dieting. It says that dieting protects you against many chronic, non-communicable diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Now, this is only when you eat a variety of food, consuming less salt, sugar, and saturated and industrially produced trans fat that are essential for a healthy diet. So like we said, you need to have all nutrients. You need to have a balance of everything throughout your diet so that you can experience the goodness of dieting. Don't now go and fast for 6 days, no water, no
dry fasting,
no food, just plain dry fasting. You will faint. Please let us take, better care of ourselves. And we will continue this chat after the break in our interview segment with Glenora Shipura, who has embarked on a pescatarian diet. You'll find out more about that after the news coming up.
Now, in our first news story, the annual awards event, which was established by the International Committee EFRIMA in collaboration with the African Union, saw Nigerian music heavyweights Burna Boy, Davido, and Wizkid prove that they aren't going anywhere anytime soon, as the trio came up big once more. Burna Boy got the Best Act in Africa, and Wizkid got the Best Act in West Africa. Best Male Act in African Inspirational Music was won by Davido.
Oh, love that.
But also, it's a thing of, just that Nigerian sauce. That
And
Nigerian sauce.
these three are often picked against one another. So I'm happy that we, the fans, can go troll each other on social media and be like, yeah, you see, Davido's fans, Burna Boy won. All of them won. So it's a celebration for all of us. All their fans can then come together and create a WhatsApp group and go for a braai to celebrate the artists because they are doing amazing.
Oh, I wish that was the reality.
Absolutely love it. Now, in our next story, the Namibian Correctional Services have shortlisted 15,867 applicants for 200 positions that it had advertised. Now, over 15,000 applicants must report for the evaluation test between today, the 18th, to the 27th of January. According to a media statement, 33,259 people applied for the position. Help me understand, how are you going to shortlist 15,000 people for 200 positions? So you are saying that 15,300 people. It's 15,867 that were shortlisted. So now you're saying to me that 15,000 and maybe 500 people are going to waste their time and their resources to come for this position. How, guys?
The math is not mathing.
The math is not math. I think we should, be cognizant of the fact that these are unemployed people who are struggling. They probably don't have enough money to go to all interviews. If we can just spare them even a little bit, let us do so. If you only need 200 people, then shortlist 400 people. You understand? So that you don't really waste everybody's time. Because some of us, we go borrow cab money that we must return back. Now we are hopeful that, oh my gosh, maybe I'll be one out of the 15,000. Yes, you could be, but what if you are not? There's also that side of things. And now you are in debt, you are devastated, you are depressed because you want this job so badly, but like the system is just working against you. I, for one, went to the correctional service interviews. I was shortlisted. This was when, maybe 2019, I don't know, can't remember. But the last, when they had a call out, we were 9,000 of us shortlisted. And then for I think 159 positions, but then they ended up, being gracious to us, and then 200 people were hired.
5 more.
200 people. Oh, no, yes.
Yeah, from the...
Yeah, 200 people were hired finally. But also, we were a lot.
9,000 for
we
190.
were a lot. And people do show up. Trust and believe. Maybe 10,000 of these 15,000 will show up because people are desperate like that. People want this job. And isn't it also a lot of admin for the HR people? Like,
because to shortlist 15,000
people for 200 positions.
No, guys. The math is really not mathing. It's a lot of admin. It's a lot of admin. And now you want to interview.
Yes, we understand that all these 15,000 people qualified. We are not saying they don't qualify, but get the best of the best. Get the most qualified then for the position, and then just narrow it down so you don't waste everybody's time. Because you already said you want 2,000 people. Come on, guys.
No, I love the fact that you said that people are incurring, a lot of expenses and debts, and now they have to go pay back. Where are they getting this money?
People are traveling from the north, from other villages, far from towns. They're using petrol. It's just too much admin. It's a lot for
desperate times.
Yes.
Desperate times in our country. Now moving on to our third story. Britain will seek to ban conversion therapy targeting lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender people, cracking down on the so-called treatment that claim to change a person's sexuality, sexual orientation or gender identity. Culture Minister Michelle Donnellan said on Tuesday the government would publish draft legislation soon, setting out proposals to ban conversion practices in England and in Wales.
I love this because then it says to me that this government is trying to protect everyone, because we are not in a time where we should coerce people, nor decide for people what their sexuality should be. I think that decision should solely lie with the person in question. So kudos to this government, they are doing good. Why do we want to convert people who don't want to be converted? Let the person come forth and say, hi, I want to be converted. Let it be
a personal decision.
Let it be a personal decision, yes.
No, I definitely share the same sentiments with you. I just mean, because this is a pseudo-scientific process, where people are told, you need to converse into into heterosexual. And I just mean, where's the free will, Where's the free will? People have free will to choose, that, I want to be, I want to be this and that. And then just respect that. You don't necessarily have to support or agree with it, but, it has to boil down to just you respecting each individual choice or decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my chat.
Now we move over to our next story. Many African Americans are flocking back to Africa, saying that they are reclaiming and retracing their roots 400 years after their ancestors were taken into captivity in the Triangle Transatlantic slave trade. According to DW News, by 2019, 1,500 people moved to Ghana. Wow, I love it for them. Return home.
Africans returning home.
Home is where the heart is.
Pan-Africanism.
Home is where you will feel the most sense of belonging.
Pan-Africanism at its best.
Yeah, and I think that, we should open up our hearts and our land and our space to receiving our brothers and sisters, those of whom want to return. Interesting questions. Let's talk about celebrities. Which celebrity do you think would be Namibian, or their ancestors are from Namibia? Do you ever think of that? I think Rihanna is Namibian. Rihanna gives me a Jamara Nama vibe. Rihanna should be Namibian. Who else do I think should return to this country?
I would have been rolling now.
Let's reclaim Beyonce.
Also, Kylian Mbappe should just come back to the Heroes.
Kylian can come back. Who else? There are so many.
Chris Brown.
What would Chris Brown
no,
be?
he's definitely from the Kwekwe community.
Oh.
I'm not laughing.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, no.
Yeah, but I think it's needed. Come back home. Come to your people.
There's nothing wrong with
There is nothing wrong with coming back. If you would like to come back, and I think it's also good for just for you to be rooted in your culture, and also maybe pass down some of these cultural beliefs to your children. Yeah,
definitely, so that the kids can know where the identity is, where the roots are, who they are truly.
Yeah,
no, I definitely agree with you.
Now we will be right back with an interview with Klena Rashipura, where we will be chatting all things fitness. Stay with us.
Tourismus Namibia is a weekly tourism show that brings you the latest news in the tourism industry and topics related to that. Tourismus aims at reaching travelers, accommodation, restaurant establishments, agricultural and financial institutions. The show focuses on tourism news, where to travel to fit your budget, 4x4 drives, routes and destinations, and so much more. Tourismus is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com and cross-chat on the following Facebook platforms: the Republikein, Algemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun and Namibia Media Holdings. Contact tourismus@synergy.com.na for news and advertising related queries. Tourismus, bringing the world to Namibia.
Now, this morning we are chatting with Lenora Shapura, who's a fitness guru. Now, this is someone whose commitment towards the gym I admire a lot. Good morning, Glenn. How are you doing?
Good morning, fitness guru. Wow. Wow. I love it, but I wouldn't want to say I'm a fitness guru. I still think I'm still learning.
Don't
right?
be modest, Glenn. Just take it and run with it. Now, Glenn, you know, tell us what inspired your fitness journey?
I think one big factor is my sister is she trains like an athlete, you know. So I've always had that influence in my life growing up. But then I've noticed also I just enjoy like how you feel after an intense workout session, and also just how your body responds to certain modifications or whatever you're doing in your fitness journey. And that has always been like, okay, I like this feeling. I like this form of self-love, I'd like to say.
I love the fact that you say with certain modifications.
Yes.
Sounds like a true guru to me, if you ask me. Now, you did mention, you know, that, you know, after certain intense workouts. Now, I'd like to know, you know, what is your incentive? You know, what is that one treat that you would treat yourself with after an intense workout?
Okay, before any workouts, I like to have black coffee with no sugar and with a banana. And then post-workout, I also have a banana. Just it helps. Like, bananas are your friend. If you go to the gym, please invest in having your bananas.
Your bananas,
yes.
Definitely. No, I'm planning on joining the gym, you know,
yeah.
in Fab, so I definitely
I'll hold you accountable to it, huh?
All right. Now, you know, there are a lot of myths, you know, when it comes to fitness. What are some of the myths that people believe? What are some of the fitness myths that people believe in?
I think one big one is that you can just go to the gym and that's it. There's the gym component, which is nice, but then there's also the diet. So, but it depends on what you want. Like, if you want to gain muscle or whatever, then how you're eating also contributes. And vice versa, if you want to lose weight and all this. One of the best advice I've ever gotten was 6 packs are made in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, so what you're eating helps you build muscle a certain way. So it's not only like you just train, but you're not eating well. Like, so you can't be, I'd go do 2 hours or an hour at the gym and then I have a burger or, you know. So you have to also control what you're eating.
All right. Is there like a fitness program that you are following?
I don't have like a very strict anything for me currently, because I'm trying to do a gentle approach. At some point I did the crash dieting where I was just like strictly doing something and it works, you know, you get the results after like a month or 2 months, but then you quickly drop it because it's not a habit that you're instilling. So now what I'm working towards is building healthy habits. So, and just having consistent classes or consistent something that I'm doing every week. So for instance, I like yoga, so I'm committed to doing it 3 times a week. And then I'm into martial arts now, so I'm doing that twice a week. So there's that combination, and then in between I have my workouts or whatever. So I'm being very flexible about it now.
Quite flexible, if you ask me. So you are the next MMA, you know, mixed martial artist. Now tell us, what is the most difficult part of starting your fitness journey?
The starting. Trust me, you procrastinate. And also when you quit, and I've been on and off that wheel, when you quit, it's so much harder to get back on. It's so much harder. So I know the thoughts is like, but I can take today off. Rather do 15 minutes, rather do 15 or 10 minutes. So those smaller exercises can help you going when you can't maybe give an hour or 30 minutes, you know. So I would say the starting is very hard, but after quitting, it's way, way harder. So try to keep at it.
Alrighty. So what is your best, workout routine? Like, what is your best workout? Is it the squats? Is it the,
everything that encompasses everything. But I feel like people should focus on their core workouts because that's what keeps you. That was holds everything in place. So when you build this and it's stronger, you can do a lot of things. So I think I try to incorporate that in all my workouts. So even if I'm focusing on legs, I incorporate the core exercises. If I'm focusing on the back or the legs or the arms, I incorporate the core exercises. So that helps, keep this very strong because it helps you do other things. Yeah.
No, I definitely enjoyed this, Glenn. Thank you so much. I think what I'm walking away with is what you said, and I'm going to highlight that, take a gentle approach. And I think end of Jan, when I do take, that approach, I'm going to take a gentle approach.
There's nothing wrong with a 5-minute workout or a 10-minute workout.
Thank you very much, Glenn. Now we will be right back after the short commercial break.
Talk of the Town segment, 11 out of 24 learners from Oimbandungula at the Ndilokelwa Primary School in Ohangwena region cross the floodwater to access their school at Engela. The youngest in the group is in grade 1 and he has to take his pants off to cross the water. The older ones hold his hand for support as the water is muddy and slippery in some area. Let's have a look.
Currently, 11 learners of the Lokera Primary School at Engela are crossing the flood waters to go home. And this, as you can see, the water level at my knee level, and we still have a long distance to cover. And we've covered quite a distance before we can cross over the water. This is the only available road that was accessible for them to reach the school, and they cannot use any other road for them to reach the school. Next to me is Lydia Abraham, a grade 8 learner from the Lokera Primary School in Engela in Ohangwena region. She's one of the 4 learners who crossed the flood waters this morning. As you can see the water behind us, because she lives about 4 kilometers from the school and she uses this road to access the school. In addition to Lydia, 23 other learners from the same school are affected, and they're crossing the same flood water every day to access the school. The flood water arrived on Friday and today is Monday.
What a sad story. We absolutely love the rain, but that is just so sad. But nonetheless, please to remember that we are still running our competition where you stand a chance to win amazing prizes. Look on the screen so that you can find out more detail. Now, from all of us here in studio, it is all our love, all our light, and adios.